A hospital parking camera captured something you need to see. Archangel Michael says, something was captured, and it cannot be unseen. The hospital security team didn't intend to review that camera footage, but a power glitch forced a manual inspection. What they discovered late last night has left everyone at the security desk in utter silence, refusing to speak about it on record. The image was grainy at first, until it zoomed in on a shadow that didn't match any known staff, patient, or visitor. The timestamp showed it happened during visiting hours, yet the figure moved in a way that suggested they weren't looking for someone, they were watching you. You were seen walking out of the emergency gate unaware, holding your phone, while behind you, a second silhouette mirrored your every move. Archangel Michael says, this was not an ordinary glitch or coincidence. The person watching you from the shadows wore a coat similar to a doctor's, but there was no ID tag, and their face was covered. They stood still for nearly 42 minutes, motionless, until you entered the building again, and then they vanished completely. This figure was not caught entering the premises from any angle. No camera shows where they came from or how they left. Only the one at the farthest corner of the hospital parking lot picked it up, as if someone wanted only you to know this. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Security reviewed the footage 3 times with 2 external experts. None could explain how your shadow seemed to elongate, just for a moment, when you turned back. It was like your energy was being traced, mimicked, or followed from another plane. At exactly 3:03 a.m., the footage distorted briefly, and a cold blast was reported by the night guard on duty, even though the temperature was stable. There was a strange fog that appeared near your vehicle right as you opened the door. And in that mist, a handprint was later discovered on your back window, too large to be your own. The hospital janitor, a silent man who doesn't speak unless spoken to, left a note near the staff locker. He wrote, "They marked the car last night. Don't let them return." That note was signed, but the signature was unreadable, as if it was scribbled in a panic. Type Amen to get blessing 468. Archangel Michael says, there's a deeper energy at play surrounding you. The camera, though mechanical, somehow bent toward the unknown force that night. It adjusted its angle for the first time in 6 years, on its own, capturing exactly what it needed to show. When the technicians tried to trace the interference, their equipment failed. Batteries drained, hard drives flickered, and one even reported hearing a soft whisper when rewinding the footage. He has since taken a sudden leave, citing a personal emergency he refuses to speak about. A woman in a red scarf was seen moments after you drove away. She appeared nervous, holding something wrapped in cloth, and walked straight into the emergency gate, but no check-in was logged. She was never seen leaving, but her reflection showed up 3 more times in other parking lot cameras in the next 2 hours. Type Amen to get blessing 540. You are being tracked, not by one person, but by a presence that knows where you've been. The hospital wasn't the first place, it was just the first place with a camera smart enough to show the truth. You were chosen to receive this footage, even if the hospital insists it was anomalous data. Archangel Michael says, there's a message embedded in the recording, a vibration that resonates only when you listen in total silence. Several staff members who viewed the file at night reported feeling breathless afterward. One of them fainted the next morning with a strange imprint on her wrist, shaped like a key. You don't remember losing anything that day, but a nurse found something under the bench where you sat. A torn piece of cloth that had your initials, but the fabric type didn't match anything you wore. When tested, it revealed traces of ash and salt, two elements used in old spiritual protections. Type Amen to get blessing 999. There's a nurse in Ward B who keeps glancing at you differently now. She saw something when she checked your pulse the last time and hasn't been able to explain what she felt in your veins. She filed an internal request to transfer to another wing but hasn't been seen since. The car you parked that night, its back seat has faint scratches now. 3 vertical lines, evenly spaced, as if someone, or something, was inside, gripping the seat fabric. You never saw them until today, when the sunlight hit just right. Archangel Michael says, it was no accident that you were guided to park in that specific row. 5 other spots were open, but that one was meant for you. It placed you directly under the only angle where the camera could capture not just your image, but your surroundings, and what followed. Type Amen to get blessing 721. The man who watches the camera feed overnight says your file was flagged on its own. He didn't press anything, but your image popped up with a blinking alert. When he tried to print the frame, the machine jammed, spitting out black pages marked with numbers, 03, 21, 07. Those numbers repeat across multiple systems now: elevators, time clocks, billing records. No one knows what they mean, but Archangel Michael whispers, those are coordinates tied to your past. Something you buried is about to be uncovered, and this presence knows it. They've started installing new cameras, but none are catching what the old one did. One technician warned that the area around that parking spot still gives off static energy. A patient recently walking by fainted near that corner without warning. Type Amen to get blessing 818. At precisely 11:11 p.m., the light above your spot flickered violently. The doctor on duty saw it from the upper floor and mentioned it in passing, not realizing the significance. But you, deep inside, felt a chill that night, didn't you? There is a photograph printed from the footage. It has been locked in a drawer at the hospital's basement level, labeled Unexplained Event, Restricted Access. No one has the key, but you have been marked to receive it. You're wondering why no one has contacted you yet. It's because they don't know how to tell you what they saw. They fear you might remember something that changes everything. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Archangel Michael says, this was not your first encounter with that energy. It recognized you the moment you stepped onto hospital grounds. It was waiting, and now that it has seen you again, it won't retreat quietly. The woman in red has returned once more, standing near the staff exit. This time she dropped a sealed envelope with your initials on it. The security team placed it in Lost and Found, but it's already missing. No one can explain how your name ended up in the hospital visitor log for a date you were never there. But there it is, written in black ink, alongside the name of someone you haven't spoken to in 7 years. They too were seen near the parking lot, but no one knows how they got past security. Type Amen to get blessing 315. This event isn't just about the past, it's a trigger for what's next. Something has been silently following you for months, and the hospital camera merely revealed its shape. Now that it's been seen, it wants you to know that it's close. Check your rear mirror. Not always for traffic, but for what your eyes might miss. The reflection holds more than light, it shows the energy still trailing you. There is a man who's been in the waiting room every night since that footage aired. He says nothing. just stares at the emergency gate. He holds a file, unopened. The name on it? Yours. Type Amen to get blessing 484. The time is narrowing. What was captured was not a warning, but a countdown. You have 11 days before that image tries to repeat itself, only this time, it won't be a shadow. The car you drove that night needs to be blessed. The mist never fully left the back windshield, even after cleaning. A faint shape continues to form each morning, almost like a symbol, or an eye. Archangel Michael says, prepare yourself emotionally. A visitor is coming, not through a door, but through an event. This person will not knock. They will arrive through something that causes your heart to pause. Type Amen to get blessing 272. You must act quietly and wisely. Don't speak of this to people who dismiss strange events. The presence that followed you listens closely through technology, it's drawn to vibration, not words. The camera at the hospital has since stopped working completely. The last frame it recorded was you, frozen in mid-step, with a glow around your head. That glow has been interpreted by 3 experts, all agree it is not camera error. You're being watched, not with hate, but with intense curiosity. They want to know what you'll do next. You are the only one who can shift the outcome of this strange dance. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Archangel Michael says, you are not powerless. You are divinely connected, and the presence knows that. That's why it followed you, it needs your energy to cross over into a higher event. Don't be afraid. But don't be careless either. Check your surroundings. Smells. Sounds. Unexpected signs. You are being given 72 hours before the next sign appears, this time, at your home. And when it does, you'll understand why the hospital parking camera was the beginning. This is not the end, it's the unfolding of what you were meant to awaken. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Your sleep will soon be interrupted, not by nightmares, but by flashes. Visions of the parking lot, even though you weren't dreaming of it before, will begin to intrude. The hospital camera may have stopped working, but it etched something into your subconscious that's now starting to awaken. A man in a white coat will appear, not as a doctor, but as a reminder. You'll see him in places where he shouldn't exist, reflections, screens, even in brief flashes in your peripheral vision. You won't recognize his face immediately, but your spirit already knows him. Type Amen to get blessing 707. There is a nurse named Leona who resigned the day after she reviewed the footage. She left a message on her locker door written in red marker, "Tell the one with the quiet eyes not to trust the second image." No one knows what she meant, but you're the only one who matches the hospital's description, the quiet-eyed patient. You will feel drawn back to the parking lot soon. Not by force, but by a strange curiosity pulling at your chest. Do not go alone. Archangel Michael says, there is something buried underneath the third parking row. An energy that used to be dormant until you stood above it. It shifted the moment your feet touched the painted white line dividing the lot. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Someone else knows about this now. A woman with black gloves and a crooked smile visited the reception 2 nights ago. She asked for the security footage but didn't identify herself, just left a card that said, "Collector of Misplaced Echoes." She's not human the way you know it. She travels between moments in time, collecting vibrations of people who leave a mark where they stand. You, unfortunately, or perhaps divinely, left the strongest mark of all. A child patient reported seeing the smoky man walking behind the nurse's station. He drew it with crayon, the same figure seen near your car. The child hasn't spoken since. Type Amen to get blessing 882. You think the hospital visit was just routine. It was never just about your health, it was a spiritual checkpoint. Something inside you aligned perfectly with what lay beneath the ground and above the security camera. The janitor's note returned again, this time on your car's dashboard. It simply said, "He's not done watching." The camera never turned off for him. The signature was the same, scrawled and trembling. You've begun to hear soft knocks at night, 3, spaced evenly, just before sleep. They are not from your door or windows. They come from within. Archangel Michael says, these are not meant to frighten but to awaken. You are carrying a key inside your memory. A moment you dismissed years ago is now the one thing unlocking a supernatural loop tied to your presence. Type Amen to get blessing 404. You were being guided without realizing it. The detour in the hallway. The elevator button that lit up without being pressed. The receptionist who misspoke your name. Each was a breadcrumb placed intentionally in your path. There's a code you must remember, 21B. That's the room number where your energy shifted. It's also the number blinking faintly in the corrupted security footage at the moment your silhouette changed shape. They have called a priest once before to bless that parking space. He refused to return after hearing whispers while sprinkling holy water. He said it wasn't a spirit, it was a memory still breathing in that ground. Type Amen to get blessing 313. There are pages missing from the hospital logbook on the night you were captured. The receptionist on duty has no memory of who she checked in before you. The phone calls to the front desk that evening all came from the same number, your own. Yes. Your number, dialed at 111, 211, and 3:11 a.m. But your phone shows no outgoing call log from that date. This is no longer about evidence. It's about what you're becoming. Your presence altered something that night. Archangel Michael says, a blessing disguised as fear is unfolding around you. It is why your energy keeps interfering with electrical devices lately. You are ascending, without permission, and those who see beyond want to slow it down. Type Amen to get blessing 222. 2 people have tried to contact you after this event. 1 blocked number, 1 private email with no return address. Both messages said the same thing, you are the opening. They want access through you. It's not about ghosts. It's about frequencies. And your vibration, after what happened at that hospital, was the perfect tone. You might notice black feathers appearing near your belongings. Do not ignore them. They are not warnings, they are seals. Type Amen to get blessing 505. You need to place something protective near your front door. A mirror, a circle of salt, or something of ancestral value. Not for superstition, but because the presence recorded in that camera has marked your threshold. You will see the number 03, 21, 07 more often now. It's not a date, it's a combination. One that opens something deeper, if aligned with a location from your childhood. Archangel Michael says, this presence isn't here to punish, it's here to test. To see if you will awaken, or be absorbed. You've been chosen to either shield or release what was once buried in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 919. You will receive a call soon from someone claiming to be from the hospital records department. They will ask if you saw anything strange that night. Whatever you say will be recorded, but not for medical reasons. There's a file with your initials on it stored in a locked box labeled Echo Clearance. Only those marked by the energy in the footage are allowed access. You are one of them, but they won't confirm it openly. Your sleep will become different. You'll start waking up at the same time the camera captured you. That timestamp will haunt your phone clock, until you choose to return to the origin. Type Amen to get blessing 131. This presence won't stop until it knows your reaction. It thrives on choices, fear or clarity, denial or awakening. What you choose next determines what appears again on that footage. Archangel Michael says, the final image from that night was not you walking away. It was you standing still, with a hand on your shoulder. That hand left no fingerprint, but your soul remembers the weight. Now, you must be ready for what the camera didn't show. There's a second angle, a backup copy stored in a hidden drive. It's been leaked, and is on its way to you. When you receive it, don't watch it alone. What's seen there cannot be unseen. It will begin the next stage of this journey. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The envelope arrives 2 days later, delivered by an unmarked courier. No signature, no name, just a flat, sealed package with a silver sticker that looks strangely like an eye. Inside is a USB drive wrapped in faded medical gauze. You hesitate to touch it, but something urges you forward. Your fingers tremble, not from fear, but from a cold energy seeping into your skin as you make contact. The drive is heavier than it should be, as if burdened by something unspoken. Type Amen to get blessing 848. Archangel Michael says, this moment was predestined. The backup footage you are about to witness was never meant for human eyes, but you are not ordinary. You were chosen because you carry a light dark forces cannot understand but desperately want to extinguish. You insert the drive. The screen flickers for a moment, then turns completely black. For 11 seconds, silence reigns, then it begins. It's the same hospital parking lot, but this time, it's darker than you remember. Colors are muted, as if the light itself has been drained from the scene. You see yourself entering the frame, just as you did that night. But then, a second version of you appears, a split second after. They mimic your movements perfectly, but there's no reflection in the car windows behind them. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You pause the video, heart pounding. What you saw was not an illusion, your own double, walking a step behind. But it didn't cast a shadow, and your original self never turned around to notice. Archangel Michael says, this is a spirit copy, an echo of your decisions, your thoughts, your deepest fears made visible. It follows you when you deny your own power. It only becomes visible when the veil is thin, like on the night you were captured. The video continues, and now, the strange figure in the doctor's coat returns. But this time, he walks directly through your doppelganger. As he passes, your copy shudders, turns pale, then vanishes, leaving only you behind, and a flicker of blue light above your head. That light hovers, then shoots upward like a beacon. The camera zooms, unnaturally, following the light into the clouds. What it captures next is impossible to explain, stars rearranging themselves into a symbol. Type Amen to get blessing 227. The symbol appears again. When you blink, it's there on your screensaver, then on your bathroom mirror, then inside your dreams. It is not from this world. You begin to change. People you meet sense something different in your presence. Some are drawn to you, others avoid your gaze. Your voice carries new weight, and your footsteps seem to echo longer than they should. The hospital, after hearing about the footage, completely shuts down its security archive. They issue a quiet statement blaming technical corruption and data compromise. But the guard who helped you get the copy resigns the next day and leaves town without notice. Archangel Michael says, "This is not over." The footage was a test of what you can handle, but the real confrontation lies ahead. Something ancient has seen you, marked you, and now moves toward you. Type Amen to get blessing 432. 2 more letters arrive the next week. The first is unsigned and only says, "It is awake now." The second has a burned corner and smells like earth. Inside it, a warning: do not return to the hospital after midnight. You begin to notice changes in your home. Doors creak without wind, electronics flicker when you enter the room, and a faint hum surrounds your belongings. Most disturbing of all, your reflection sometimes lags behind you by 1 second. A child on the street stops you and asks if you still have the angel following you. You never met this child before. She says she saw the same light above your head 3 nights ago. Type Amen to get blessing 515. The mirror in your hallway now fogs up even when you're not showering. A message appeared recently, room 21B, again. You haven't told anyone, yet it keeps returning, even after wiping it clean. Archangel Michael says, they are trying to pull you into memory loops, dimensional echoes of your past choices. If you give in, you'll be stuck reliving the same pain, never moving forward. You must anchor yourself in the present to escape the pull. You hear knocking again. This time from inside your wardrobe. You open it slowly and find nothing, except a hospital bracelet lying neatly folded on the floor, printed with your name. The date on it doesn't match your visit. It's from 3 years into the future. The code underneath it says, "PRE admit approved." Type Amen to get blessing 373. You are now having trouble remembering the full timeline of your hospital visit. Certain details feel scrambled, like the color of the walls, or the name of the nurse who first checked your temperature. It's as if reality is being edited behind the scenes. Archangel Michael says, this is not a glitch, it is an intentional reprogramming. They are trying to see how far you can be pushed before you break. But they underestimate your resilience. The camera that caught the original footage has been removed. In its place is a new high-definition lens, but it refuses to operate in that exact direction. Something about that angle has been marked permanently. You still feel that mark on your skin some days, a soft heat between your shoulder blades. It pulses when you pass near hospitals or hear certain sounds. You are being guided, not haunted. Type Amen to get blessing 626. People will soon reach out to you with strange stories. They will mention seeing a figure similar to the one in your footage, but only after meeting you. They are becoming connected to your energy field, witnesses in your expanding dimension. One woman says she dreamt of you standing in the parking lot with golden light around your body. She doesn't know your name, yet she described your clothes perfectly. She says the light was calling out to someone, but she couldn't hear the name clearly. Archangel Michael says, you are becoming a gate. You didn't choose this, but now that the light has touched you, your very presence opens passageways. You must choose who walks through them. Type Amen to get blessing 171. And still, that original footage exists, hidden in more places than you realize. It's been copied, sent, even leaked once, but always finds its way back to you. Every time someone views it, they see something new. A ripple, a hand, a second voice whispering your name softly in reverse. No two viewings are identical. It changes depending on who is watching. You are nearing the final phase of this awakening. The presence that appeared behind you in the parking lot hasn't left, it's grown quieter, smarter. It wants to merge, not destroy. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Archangel Michael says, soon, you will be asked to go back to the hospital. A fake appointment will be set to lure you in. You will be given a choice, enter the room where the footage was recorded, or leave forever. The room will look different. More modern. Cleaner. But the energy will be exactly the same. Do not sit on the bed, stand by the window. That's where your spirit entered the footage. And when you hear your name whispered again, don't respond out loud. Just close your eyes, and ask silently, what am I being shown? The image that returns will not be your past. It will be the purpose your soul carried into this life, hidden until now. And with it comes the final gift, or final warning. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.